How do you feel ODB's demise impacted that the Wu as a unit together and what they probably would have did had ODB still been pushing? Because he was Wu, he loved the Wu.
Yeah, he did. And the thing is that, man, Old Dirty's demise, whether it was be through the problems that he had being in jail and then eventually his death in 2004, I think his demise, if anything, I thought it kind of took the heart and soul out of Wu, to be quite honest, man. Because RZA was the engine. He was the CEO. He was this quarterback, that sort of
the mastermind. Yeah.
So we talk about like the person that serves as sort of like the emotional leader in the clubhouse, the person that is this person that everybody sort of has that relationship with, the person that is gung-ho and die hard about it and get your ass fired up to do some shit, was Old Dirty Bastard. You know,
he the Cliff Leviston on the Bulls back in the day. He the Cliff Leviston. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that when he left, man, and he had his demise, I think it hurt every single one of them in different ways. And the group wasn't the same afterwards when he was gone, because you felt like there was a really big part of Wu-Tang that was missing, that you just can't easily plug somebody in and be like, all right, boom, here, you in there, and that's it. It's like, nah, it's a place of Wu-Tang that can't be replaced. And so when he was gone, I can't help to think that the momentum sort of derailed a little bit. Okay. And also, I would think, man, probably it had to affect them enough emotionally where musically they probably weren't all in it all together. And then, to be quite honest, when you see one of your best friends that you grow up with, you get rich with, you become famous with, go through all these struggles and then eventually meet their demise and die, you sort of start to think about your own mortality after a while. And I can't help that they didn't. And I think some of them were like, yo, let's maybe see what I could do a little bit on this solo tip, because I want us to make sure that I can fulfill all of my capabilities and what my potential is before I leave this earth, you know? Because he had a lot more to give. Despite all of his antics and everything else that happened, and the fact that he was a pain in the ass for a lot of people to deal with, he had a lot to give, and there was a lot more left. But the problem is when you have to deal with the demons and deal with the, problems, you can't get past over some things, and you sort of get in your own way. That's what happens when, and then when you eventually die, man, you can't help but sit there and think like, man, this brother would have just had his shit together, man. There's no telling what the fuck he might have been able to do. But when you lose that emotional leader, that part, it's like the heart, and that's gone. You can't just replace the heart that easily. You just can't be like, all right, bam, we got somebody else in, you taking his place. Like, nah, dog, you don't replace the ODB, dog. Even if he wasn't lyrically the most skilled person in the world, like I said, he was the person to run down on the court and play defense, dive after balls.
Yeah, he was.
Crowd and save the ball from going out of bounds.
Yeah, he was.
Being a forcer if he needed to push somebody on defense who's fucking up with the star player. That's the type of chemistry that he brought to Wu-Tang, even if he was a disruptor, even if he wasn't on time for shit. But when it came down to the get down, he was there to support damn near everybody's shit. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell just how much he means to them based off of everything they done since then, since he's been gone, man. So absolutely, it played a role in them taking steps down as a group and a collective. You could tell that things were not the same after forever for that group when they put out their other releases. You could tell.
Well said, Big Cox.